What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Unhinged Talk. As usual, I'm your host, Patrick Hennessy, joined tonight by Brandon Kramer. How are we doing tonight?
Good, coming off of a Yankees win that was slightly frustrating, but still, hey,
Yeah,
Yankees win.
it definitely wasn't the prettiest of wins. You could even say it was sloppy. One of the sloppiest wins they've had all season. So let's kind of like break down a couple key points of the game that we noticed tonight. My first one is that the first basemen for the Yankees are absolute tanks. Luke Voit, Mike Ford, both monsters, both offensive beasts. Luke Voit with a 3-run home run. I think Ford had 2 doubles tonight.
2 doubles, 3 RBIs.
Yeah. The Yankees have an awesome problem right now. They have 2 first basemen who are above average hitters at the major league level. Neither one of them are defensive superstars, but it's a great problem to have 2 awesome hitters at the first base position.
Yeah, I mean, they looked great. Of course, Judge hitting a absolute missile.
Moonshot.
We had 2 home runs. He had Voigt's bomb to left, and then Judge's home run to right. I'm gonna be honest. Judge's one to right. I don't think I've ever usually his bombs to right. They're like these big arching home runs, but this was an absolute missile that dented a sign in the bullpen. Judge is doing Judge things. Leads the league in home runs and RBIs. He's back.
Yep. And besides the offense, looking at it on the flip side of the ball here, the defense was absolutely putrid. That's the only way to describe it. I want to say there was like 3 or 4 scenarios where the infield was just lost. Now, I love DJ LeMahieu and he makes up for it with his bat, but he was clueless defensively tonight. Gleyber Torres, as usual, was clueless at shortstop tonight. Gary Sanchez had a pass ball. They just weren't very fluid defensively, and this isn't a defensively great team, but tonight they were exceptionally bad.
Yeah, I mean, no, like last year they were decent for the most part, but what I've noticed a lot is the ball between DJ and Gleyber that DJ bobbled. Yeah, they gave DJ an error on that, but DJ you could see in the beginning was calling Gleyber off. There's just no communication. And
I think that should have been Gleyber's ball, though.
Oh yeah, no, if he takes that, he can take that across the bag and field it like that 6-3 double play.
Easily, yeah.
Gleyber seems I mean, he's young, so he can put it together. But like right now, he seems lost. Now the one that he got Swanson out on, his arm saved him there. But
that was almost another error from Gleyber Torres tonight. So all around they were just very sloppy defensively. But even managerially, I don't even know if that's a word, but managerially,
it is now
sloppy,
Unhinged. We made
sloppy. I just made that a word. But I mean, let's just say this: our last podcast, we went in on Aaron Boone for some atrocious managerial decisions over the past few games with the pitching staff. He kind of blew us out of the water tonight and made a decision that I never would have expected. He took Aaron Judge out of the game in the 6th inning of a 5-run game against the Braves, who are a very good team. And then after the game, he says that Judge is okay. He's not hurt. He was just doing it because he thought he needed some rest after the games on the turf. And that's after a day game on Sunday and an off day yesterday and another off day this Thursday. There's no excuses for that. I'm sorry. It's atrocious when you take your superstar out of a 5-run game against a very good team.
I mean, if it was an 8-run game, if it was 8-0, then I get that. If
but
it's an 8,
later on in the game, though, it was the 6th inning.
But of 8-3 game, like 5 runs is. No, I mean the Phillies,
especially
the
with
Braves
how shaky
scored.
The Yankees pitching has been.
Yeah, I mean for the most part, I mean when Sessa came in, I mean who knows how that inning is going to play out if Gleyber Torres makes an easy ground ball out for the first out. The fact that we had to use Chad Green and Zach Britton today, yeah, we have a day off on Wednesday or Thursday, which will help us.
That they had to be used tonight when we were up 8-0 at one point. It's a shame.
Monty looked great, though. I will say that. Yeah, he gave up a 3-run home run, but for the most part, Montgomery looked good. The umpire was terrible.
As usual. I mean, come on.
Culpa's the guy last year. Do you remember the big story when he took his mask off and screamed to the Astros dugout, "I can do whatever I want"?
I think so, yeah. I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, he's never been a good umpire.
Bottom line, Judge should not have been pulled from that game.
No.
I don't really care. It's not like he's played 20 games in 20 days. They had off the past 2 days technically because the game ended on Sunday at like 4 o'clock. So there's no point Judge can't be playing the full game, especially as a right fielder. I'm sorry, but how much action does he get per game? Maybe 5 balls his way? Like, give me a break, Aaron Boone. Stop sitting your superstar. If you want to sit someone, Sit Brett Gardner
Oh
because there
my.
is no one else in the lineup besides Gary Sanchez who's putting up more putrid at bats lately than Brett Gardner. And if you are going to take out Aaron Judge or Brett Gardner, give Clint Frazier a shot, please. You just called this man up today, and he didn't even start the game. You start Brett Gardner over him because Brett Gardner is the leadership veteran superstar, apparently. Give Clint Frazier a shot, and don't sit your star right fielder.
I mean, here's the thing. Gardner's what everyone was like last year, why do you play Gardner over Frazier? The only way I'll say last year is last year Frazier's defense was so bad that the only reason Gardner was above him was while Gardner is the better defender from last year, Gardner's bat was surprisingly decent last year. But this year it's Gardner's not even putting up good at bats. He is looking
No.
lost. Like I've said in the chat several times, this man is taking not like the first pitch of the at bat, which is down the middle, but pitches like the second pitch of an at bat that's right down the middle, and
And
then
then
he's
he'll
swinging
look
at
at the
stuff over his
umpire
head.
and complain.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I mean, all we're asking if Gardner's going to play is just give us good at bats, not be an automatic out. He looks
That's all we ask.
lost. And I've literally said I would rather have Miguel Andujar's terrible defense if he has just a better bat than Brett Gardner. The man, I think, has only had a couple of decent hits. They've been home runs, and every time he hits a run, everyone's like, "Oh, let's get him back in the lineup."
Yeah.
At this
I
point,
mean,
you want to win.
I've said it. I mean, Brett Gardner currently is the 5th best outfielder on the Yankees roster. And the fact that Clint Frazier and Mike Tauchman don't get at bats over Brett Gardner, not gonna lie, it kind of sickens me sometimes. Sick to my stomach because Brett Gardner's getting at bats over these two men who can hit the ball 10 times better than Brett Gardner.
Mike Topman's a better fielder than Brett Gardner.
Easily. But bottom line here, the Yankees still came out with a victory despite looking sloppy as hell. I think that just goes to show how good this team is. Even on a night where they look atrocious, they still pull out a win. The bullpen didn't look too bad besides Luis Sessa. Hale gave them some outs. Ottavino didn't look too bad. And Burton did his usual thing as its closer. So we'll be getting Chapman back soon. Another game tonight against the Braves.
He touched 98, I heard, in his outing. So that's
Yeah.
very promising.
Very promising. So they have another game tonight against the Braves to finish off the 2-game series.
Tanaka, who should
Thursday.
Tanaka should be, I mean, he threw 60, 65 pitches last time. My guess is you could probably bump him up to 80 this game.
Probably so. I mean, regardless, it's going to be nice seeing Tanaka on the mound every time he pitches.
Thank God they skipped Hap.
Thank
God they skipped Hap.
But 4-game series against Boston this weekend should be interesting. On that note, I guess we'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.